Well, earlier I spoke to Husam Zomlot, the ambassador of the State of Palestine to the UK, and asked him how he thinks the ceasefire is going so far.
It's good to see this phase of the ceasefire agreement implemented. It's good to see hostages return to their families and homes. And it's good also to make sure that this ceasefire agreement holds and is implemented, enforced, simply because of the record of Netanyahu and Israel of violating all previous ceasefire agreements, not only with Palestine, but also with Lebanon and other areas. So we need the world's attention to remain. We need the pressure to remain, so we go through this agreement and we actually can announce the end of the genocidal war on our people in Gaza. And while I'm following your reports about Israeli hostages going back to their families and needing to be healing and recover, I also would like you, Barbara, to cover the thousands of Palestinian hostages, detainees who will be released today, and also to focus on their plight. Many of them are children, women, several are held without charge or trial for a long time, so they too need your covering, your reporting, and they too need to heal and to recover, and they need to also be provided with justice after many years of being unduly detained.
Part of that hostage and prisoner swap is part of phase one. Of course, phase two is the one that could prove more problematic. We interviewed Dr. Bassem Naim of Hamas. He said that the disarmament would happen to a viable Palestinian state. He also said that as a liberation movement, no one can exclude or overcome Hamas. What do you make of those comments from Dr. Bassem Naim, and what role, if any, do you think that Hamas should or could play in any future Palestinian leadership?
What matters here is that the war ends completely, permanently, a permanent ceasefire, that Israel withdraws completely from the Gaza Strip, completely, that Israel and the rest of the world will allow for one government of Palestine, the legitimate government of the State of Palestine, the only entity that has the jurisdiction and the legitimacy to provide for, to govern, and to protect our people, to come back to Gaza and to start the process of the healing, of the recovery, and the massive project of rebuilding what Israel has destroyed. That government represents all Palestinians. That government will have security apparatus, and that government will enforce law and order on all Palestinians.
Okay, I mean, we'll focus on that, but let me just ask you the question again, because as I'm sure you'll appreciate, it's going to be one of the thorny issues going ahead. You mentioned a legitimate Palestinian government. Do you think that any Hamas representative or any Hamas elements could ever form part of that legitimate Palestinian government?
Well, Hamas itself has agreed in the past and agreed in the last Sharm el-Sheikh ceasefire agreement that they will have no role in the governance of Gaza. The government we're talking about that agreed about in the Arab Summit, the latest Arab Summit on Gaza, that came up with a whole plan for the day after. The government we're talking about is an interim technocratic government linked to the central legitimate Palestinian government. So when we say technocratic, it's not made of factions. So you will not see Hamas, you will not see anybody, any faction in that government. So it is going to be made by Palestinian professionals, and we will need the help and the support of the region, the Arab world, our brothers and sisters, and we will need the help of the international community to help that technocratic government, to help the unification of the West Bank and Gaza, to make sure that the only direction we are going towards is the establishment of the sovereign and independent state of Palestine with Jerusalem as its capital. That is the direction, and therefore the unity of the Palestinian people, the unity of the Palestinian geography and demography, and the unity of the Palestinian political system is paramount.